Hello, this is Johnny Cycles with CyclesGaming.com, bringing you another edition of Keeping Modern Janky. Trying out my Gruul Ponza list in a friendly league this morning. Article's going out tomorrow. Hopefully I'll get through all the matches. Have to do it in a different room, though, as the other rooms are occupied. And my opponent is maybe not here. No, here we go. He's choosing to play first. Well, we have 5 lands in Utopia, 4 lands in 5 lands in Utopia Sprawl and an Obsidian Charmaw. We do get a Field of Ruin. I mean, this is a weird. This is a weird land destruction hand, but it is a land destruction hand, so never mind. Probably won't have many targets. Oh, who knows? Just a basic plans. It could be anything. Strike it rich. We'll just go get a forest. Not the most impactful draw. So I made a few changes to the deck since I played it last. Took out Wrenn and 6 and 1 Strike It Rich. So, okay, so it's more nonsense. Can't even target anything with that. Alright, well, we're going to play an Obsidian Charmaw the hard way, it looks like. If we even get a chance to do anything. All the ramping. So I took out Wrenn and 6, took out 1 Strike It Rich, and I brought in 3 copies of... Oh, we might just be dead. Yeah, this is not the matchup we want. It's a whole bunch of basic planes on the other side of the table from us. 3 Bitter Reunions to help filter out draws like this, where we can pitch our Field of Ruins for value. Alright, well, opponent, we did find a Stone Rain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Boy, I wish we'd had that last turn. I feel like what they probably have some kind of nonsense when we're gonna go ahead and hit the lands. Try to slow them down a little bit. At least Stone Rain doesn't care about basics or non-basics. Does mean we're taking another big hit. And they do get to draw a bunch of cards, but they didn't do anything last turn with 2 open mana, so maybe they won't do anything again with 2 open mana. Oh, there's a 3rd land. Maybe they won't do anything again with. There's no way we're going to beat this deck. This is what happens when you play in the friendly leagues, I guess. Your jank meets other jank, and when you're trying to prey on the tier 1 decks of the format, then sometimes you just get janked out yourself. So yeah, our land destruction plan is basically not that great. I mean, we do have a lot of ways of interacting with there's just no way. So we do have a lot of ways of interacting with basic lands, but not our dragons. So what do we want? We're probably going to bring in Force of Vigors. Glorybringer to give us something to ramp into, and we'll take out some of our... I feel like they have to be playing Urza Saga, but we'll take out a little bit of our land destruction. I mean, Anger could be good against them, just as a way to clean up the board, but they usually... Okay, whatever this is called, this deck is called. Usually they have they just suit up one person, and then that person gets huge. So it's often not really what you... Okay, well, this Magmatic Hellkite may not have a target, but it is a 4/5 beater on turn 2, starting out on turn 2. Well, beating on turn 3, I suppose. Do they have a way to kill our Arbor Elf? Basic plains. Ponza has met its match. So you just want to keep them off of their manas. I think we want to get I think we want to get a creature down and start beating face as early as possible. Try to win the race that way. Next turn we'll blow up their land, and depending on what we draw. Yep. So we're gonna pillage away a land. And we're going to... This is why we have Bitter Union in the deck, to try to dig us for something. Such as get rid of the land, another Bitter Union. Not really what we wanted to see. And go to combat. Don't forget combat, we can finally get in. Alright, well we're set up to find a dragon. Glorybringer would be great. Force of Vigor would be acceptable to answer any sort of nonsense. More land destruction is okay. 1/1, 2 is +1/+1 in first strike. So the lifelink is what's really bad for us. We can't win a race against an opponent who's gaining 7-8 life a turn. Let's try to set up our draw with our remaining commercial district. Glorybringer, like I said, would be our best. We do have a redraw, at least, with this Bitter Union. The Lightning Bolt's pretty good. I bet you they have a protection spell, though. Let's see, go to combat. The way they're holding up their 1 mana constantly, 2 mana last game, they were holding up mana a lot, to probably, I think, to protect their creature. So what we can do is Bitter Union, pitching Strike It Rich, see what we find. Another pillage and another... Alright, so that's good. So what we'll do then is force their hand a little bit. Destroy their... Go to the end step. Guess I was trying to force their hand. I was trying to force their hand with combat, and that didn't work. But we could have done the Bitter Union in a different way so that we could force their hand. Yep. Before combat, then use combat to empty out their mana, hitting us for 2. Dragon would be nice just to finish them off. Bitter Union so far has done exactly what we wanted it to do, which is draw us into action or more land destruction to try to close out the game that way. Slow beats. We do have blockers. 2-turn clock, and our opponent find a life gain spell. They're making their land drops, that's for sure. And they do. Balls. That's all it takes, folks. 1/6/6 lifelinker, and all of a sudden everything is undone. Vigilance, first strike, lifelink. It doesn't have trample, I don't think, so... So Force of Vigor, or I think we might just be dead. Bogles. Is that what this is? No, this. What is it? I can't. I'm blanking on the name of this deck, but we're getting our faces beat in. Daybreak Coronet, man. It's a good card against decks like ours. Whoops. Strike it rich. Fighting through the land hate, making their land drops, holding on to their big enchantments. Another one. 8/8 lifelink. Now it has flying. It is a 10/9. Can they kill us with a 10/9 in the air? We're at 11. Just because they can. Instant. Yep. Alright, well, GG's. Got just absolutely destroyed. Our deck is not... I mean, we actually have a lot of land destruction, but against basics. But, man, running up against an all plains deck with our Ponza hate is not what we wanted to see in our first match. But thanks for watching. See if we can do better in match number 2 for CyclesGaming.com. This is Johnny Cycles. Catch y'all in the next one.